My name is Jeremy. I am the 5th generation on this farm operation. I got it just a little bit dirty. Good morning. It is a frosty March 5th. Spring is coming soon. The last couple of days the temperatures have gotten to upper 30s, lower 40s, with the nights falling below freezing, and that's what the forecast looks like for the next couple of weeks. So we are headed to do some frost seeding. I'm going to plant some annual ryegrass as a cover crop for my soybeans. The ryegrass is going to help bust up the surface of the soil, reduce any surface compaction that might be there. It's going to help the soil warm up better starting out here in the spring, and then it's also going to help regulate the temperature going in further into the growing season. I'm also hoping for some weed control. The soybean field, one of the soybean fields I'm going to be putting this on is going to be conventional soybeans. So that means my spray program is limited. So I'm hoping for some natural weed control with the cover crop. We kind of have to do it when the ground is frosty because it's still too wet to travel when it thaws out in the afternoon. So we're doing it early in the morning here. And then as the ground thaws out during the day and then refreezes at night, that action actually helps pull the seed down just slightly below the surface of the soil, and helps put it in an ideal spot to germinate that small seed. We got about 35 acres I want to do this morning. We need to try to get across it as fast as we can. Okay, I need to set the rate on here. According to my notes, should be about number 3, maybe a little more. This grass seed is hard to come out sometimes. What I want to do is a total rate of 10 pounds of seed per acre. But I want to do it twice over because the seed doesn't fly very far. I want to do it 30 feet and then come back in between. So I need to do 5 pounds and then 5 pounds on a second application. So I gotta know the stuff's gonna actually come out when we go across the field. There we go, maybe. We'll do a few acres and see how that looks. Okay, we are set up and ready to go here. This is a new field for us, so I've got to draw a new boundary. Drive 30 feet apart, so that's 15 feet offset. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to maintain a speed of about 12 miles an hour. That's typically what I try to drive when I'm seeding, so we'll see how this goes. In the video, I'm sure you probably really can't see it, but I can see the glitter of the seed as it flings through the sunlight that's coming out of the spreader back there, so I do know it's working, though it's kind of hard to see at times. So you can see we're just about completed our boundary here. There we go. Set an A point, now I gotta set a B point to make a straight line across the field as we drive back and forth. Shut off the spreader. Now I need to save my boundary. Says this field is 24.5 acres. There we go. Now we just need to drive back and forth, back and forth. Alright, so we've done about a dozen acres. Should have more than used up this seed by now, and we haven't used half of what we should have, so I keep trying to inch it up. It's not gaining us what we should be, mostly because grass seed just doesn't flow well, and I don't have an agitator inside. See? Just doesn't want to come out. So we'll keep trying. We'll have to double back over anyway, so we'll just have to up the rate when we do. You hear that ticking noise going on underneath. I thought it was a corn stalk stuck under there, but it turns out there's a piece of plastic that every time we go over a corn stalk, it gets pushed up against the drive shaft. I've stopped and fixed it about a half a dozen times now. I'm starting to get kind of frustrated with it. When I get home, I'll have to try to get in there with a drill and screw it down or something. I don't know. Cut it out maybe, but that doesn't seem like a good idea either. Okay, so we've finished the field one time over. I just shifted my line 15 feet to the right, and now we're going to double back and fill in all the gaps in between. My seed is not working out as well as I had hoped. I think I got it fine-tuned now, so hopefully we'll end up with the right rate by the time we get done here today. Alright, I'm on my last pass here. Ended up a little light on seed, but in the end not too bad. So I guess we're gonna call it good. It's not worth trying to double back again, triple back, and trying to clean it up. So we're just gonna call it that. Instead of 10 pounds to the acre like I was shooting for, I'm gonna end up somewhere around 8, 9. That's not horrible, I guess. And that'll be it for today. In a few days, when we get this opportunity again, maybe even tomorrow morning, I've got some other frost seeding I need to do. I decided to spread a few acres of ryegrass on some soybean stubble that's gonna have soybeans planted back on it. Normally I wouldn't plant soybeans on soybeans if I can help it, but if I planted this to corn, it'd just be a lot of acres of corn for me to try to manage. So this will be 2 years of soybeans. And so I want to see, I'm gonna seed part of it to this ryegrass and see if that makes any kind of a difference going into next year. So you can't really see it at all, but I am sitting right on the line of where to the right was not planted to wheat last fall, and to the left was planted to wheat last fall, but it was planted late, and it got cold early, so it didn't come up very well before dormancy set in. So walk out here, you can't hardly even see the wheat. I mean, it's there. Right in here, there's a couple of spears, and this is a wet, low area that I'm in. If we walk up the hill, you can see it better, but I don't know that it's going to make a crop in here. I'm kind of concerned. There, you can start to see the rows now. It's a lot better. See through here, but here where it was wetter, it's definitely thinner. You get up the hill up here, and it's a lot better looking. But there's a few low spots in here. I don't know how this is going to play out. Over the next couple weeks, we'll see how the wheat comes out of dormancy, and I need to make a decision before we put spring fertilizer down. Because if I put nitrogen down to help the wheat grow, and then I decided it ain't gonna happen and I have to plant soybeans here. That was a waste of money and a waste of fertilizer and nitrogen. Soybeans don't need nitrogen applied, they get their own from the air, and so I don't want to overdo it. So I'm back at it this morning. This time I am going to try and seed horse pasture mix into some new alfalfa that I seeded last fall. Horse pasture mix is a blend of grasses and clovers. It just makes nice horse feed mixed with the alfalfa. The ground's not frozen this morning. I think we're all done with that early morning frosts for the most part. But being tiled ground, I think that we're going to be able to travel okay, at least with the Ranger. And there's supposed to be light rain move in this afternoon and kind of light rain all night, which should be perfect to help set this grass seed down into the soil and get a good stand. You can see the alfalfa is still really brown, still really early spring, and it hasn't come out of its dormancy yet. But give it a few weeks of nice warm weather and it'll be start to green right up.